On this episode of Living the Dream, Captain Jimmy and Luiza are back in Costa Rica at the Crocodile Bay Resort. They head deep into the jungle to explore the Osa Peninsula. Along the way, spotting crocs, birds, monkeys, and the endless, beautiful Costa Rican sights. And then they head inshore to reel in some fish.
Right under the boat. Oh, it's a rooster. Nice. Nice rooster. Look at the fin sticking up. Heck yeah. Look at that. Nice African pompano. Woohoo!
We got another fish on.
This is Living the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson. Presented by Salt Life. Live salty.
Good fish. That's what she was fighting all that time. Man, what a fish. Wow. Doesn't get any better than Baja. Yeah, boy! That's a kingfish right there. Woo! So for today's tour, we decided to do the jungle tour, which ended up being a little bit of everything because we went looking for birds, we went looking for monkeys, we went to the beach, we went to a waterfall. So today we just have an action-packed day exploring Costa Rica's Osa Peninsula. So I really wanted to see some crocodiles and caimans and things like that, and I've seen them plenty of times in the past, but for some reason I just wanted to see them today. So we were checking out every little water hole on the side of the road, every little creek, everything, just to see if we could find some crocodiles or caimans. And we ran into a couple caimans right away, right on the side of the road. So we had that one caiman that we ran into right away. I was trying to get him to come out and play, show himself. But he just wanted to hide under the water, so we left him alone and kept moving. And then we came up to another little stream right on the side of the road, and there was a caiman completely out of the water just sitting on the edge of the stream. That caiman ended up running into the water and taking off. He didn't want to hang out with us either. There were so many beautiful streams and rivers and just so much scenery on the way to the beach and to the waterfall. We actually got out and walked along some of the streams and just kind of checked things out on the way. We weren't in any rush.
All right, so Luiza and I are out here with Jose from Crocodile Bay Resort, and we're doing the rainforest tour today. And we're on our way out there right now to the waterfall, and on the way we ran into all these howler monkeys on the side of the road. There's even a couple spider monkeys and squirrel monkeys over there as well. But, I mean, these trees are just loaded up with them right now, so the guys are out here getting some cool shots of it, and we're trying to get a couple pictures. Looks like it's going to be a great day out here.
We ran into so many different types of birds that we saw. We saw birds in trees, we saw them in fields. We saw them sitting on cows, we saw them on fence posts. If you're into seeing birds, the jungle tour is definitely the tour for you. And then we ran into some more monkeys. There were monkeys all over the place. Monkeys are not hard to find in Costa Rica at all. It's so awesome to see monkeys and things in their natural habitat in the wild, just jumping from tree to tree and making noises and shaking branches and hanging upside down. It's a little different than being in a zoo, and I have nothing against zoos at all. I think they're awesome. But An animal that's caged up in a zoo is completely different than a monkey that's jumping from tree to tree in the wild and just coming out and checking you out because it wants to.
We'll be back for more Living the Dream right after the break. Living the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson is made possible by Salt Life. Live salty. C&H Lures. Be a winner with C&H Lures. Sea Deck. Your boat deserves Sea Deck. And by American Fishing Wire. Before the break, Jimmy and Luiza headed out from the Crocodile Bay Resort to explore Costa Rica's Osa Peninsula. Along the way, they ran into a few caimans, beautiful birds, and plenty of monkeys.
After leaving the monkeys, our next stop was the beach at Waterfall. Luiza and I have been to Waterfall several times because we'd been on that Waterfall Tour. But on this particular trip, we decided to do all the other things before we got to the beach in the Waterfall Tour. We took a little more time along the way. So we walked down the beach a little ways and checked it out. It was low tide, so the tide was pulled way back. The beach was beautiful, but we still had to make our way through the jungle and up to the waterfall.
All right, so we made it down to the beach, which is basically right here at the base of the waterfall. So we're gonna hike up this hill and into the woods, the rainforest, and see what the waterfall's all about.
The jungle/waterfall tour actually starts off with a trail that's big enough for a truck to ride down, that you're kind of just walking down and you're seeing the banana trees and the flowers and all the other stuff on the sides of the road, and you're starting to see more and more wildlife. It was a cool walk through the woods. You see so many things. You see parrots, you hear and see monkeys, there's lizards, there's frogs. Everything was just so beautiful. Everything's so alive. It's like nothing's dead. The flowers, the trees are green, the water's flowing. Everything's just so alive in that area. It's probably only about a 45-minute hike from the truck to the waterfall, and we just kept pushing forward up that stream.
All right, we're making our way up the waterfall. There's a lot of rocks and stuff to climb over, but we're getting there. It's a lot of fun here with the crew and Luiza.
There were a few places that were pretty steep, but it's really not anything that a healthy person couldn't handle.
So beautiful. We went up, there's like a set of little waterfalls all the way up, so they're all different. Look at this one behind me.
I've been to that waterfall many times, but it's still amazing every time I go to that waterfall.
All right, guys, we're here. The final big waterfall.
This is one of my favorite tours here at Crocodile Bay. I like it because you see so much wildlife. There's so many different types of things to see when you go out on one of these tours that it's just impossible to be bored. You'll be in awe for the majority of the trip, that's for sure.
We'll be back for more Living the Dream right after the break. Living the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson is made possible by C&H Lures. Be a winner with C&H Lures. Plantation on Crystal River, the place to stay and play along Florida's nature coast. And by Salt Life. Live salty. After an incredible Costa Rican jungle tour, Captain Jimmy and Luiza are itching to reel in a few fish. So they rose early this morning at the Crocodile Bay Resort and headed down their long, infamous dock to meet their captain.
The morning was beautiful when we were heading out. You know when you get that feeling that you're just gonna catch fish and that everything's gonna come together? That's how we felt about this day. Everything was beautiful from when we first started off in the morning. I mean, there was a rainbow stretching across the entire bay. It was just beautiful out. We had a great feeling that we were gonna catch some big fish today. Our first stop was a quick 10-minute bait stop where Charlie stopped and got some thread fins for us. After having a live well full of bait, we ran down the coast to our first spot. Within minutes of getting that first bait in the water, we were hooked up.
Got him. All right, guys, well, welcome back to another episode of Living the Dream. Today, we're back out in Costa Rica at Crocodile Bay Resort fishing for rooster fish. And I'm not sure if I got a snapper or a rooster fish here, but we got them right away this morning. There it is coming up. Oh, it looks like an African pompano, guys. I think that's what we got. Look at that. Heck yeah. Look at that. Nice African pompano. Wow. That's an excellent way to start. It's about as good at eating as you're gonna get right there. Holy cow. That's good right there. Good ceviche.
That was a great surprise for the first fish of the day.
Lift him in. There he is. This one still has its streamers. They also have a sharp tail, so watch out for those guys. It's a little fish. It's not a huge pompano, but it's a pompano. There we go. Get my hand in there. Check that out. You can see these little streamers hanging off the fins. You see these on the juvenile pompano. This is still plenty big enough to eat, but it's a juvenile, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go just like we did with all the snapper and stuff the other day and the rooster fish. Real pretty fish, very tasty, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and send him back.
African pompano are not just silver, but they have a really pretty silver mixed with like blues and purples and other colors as well. They're a really neat looking fish.
All right, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and release this little guy because it is just a juvenile, even though it would taste fantastic. We're gonna go ahead and send him back on his way so we can hopefully catch him again later on. Pretty fish. There you go. Bye, buddy. That was fun. I like that. Way to start it off with an African pompano. Good stuff, Captain.
After releasing that pompano, we went about 45 minutes without getting a hit. And I was casting the popper, cast after cast, and we were trolling live bait. But then all of a sudden, one of the live baits got hit.
Fish on. I wonder if it's a African pompano again. That would be nice. And it might be. I think it's another African pompano.
It was putting up a pretty good fight, so we knew we had a decent fish on.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a blue trevally. Blue trevally.
Bluefin trevally are such gorgeous fish with all their silvers and the blue spots and the black spots. And they have those super bright fins with the blue line running down the back. I mean, everything about a bluefin trevally just looks cool.
What do you think, Jimmy?
I think that's pretty awesome.
Check it
African
out.
pompano and then a bluefin trevally.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, great morning so far. We're doing all this on live bait, guys, and we're using circle hooks right here. and a 40-pound high seas fluorocarbon leader down to 60-pound high seas braid. So that's pretty much all that we have to do to catch these fish right here, is just use the live bait. It's been pretty easy. Been out here about 45 minutes. You got 2 nice fish in the boat so far.
Yeah.
Good job.
Great day. Thank you.
After a few quick picks, Luiza released that trevally. The scenery when you're fishing inshore in Costa Rica is just beautiful. I mean, you have the mountains falling down into the ocean. Doesn't get any prettier than that. And you have like little flocks of pelicans that fly by while you're fishing, and just beautiful trees and a beautiful beach with palm trees just lining the shoreline as you're trolling down that beach. So you never get bored with the scenery when you're fishing in Costa Rica, that's for sure.
We'll be back for more Living the Dream right after the break. Before the break, Jimmy and Luiza rose early at the Crocodile Bay Resort and headed inshore along the beautiful Costa Rican shoreline. After a brief stop for bait, first mate Charlie rose the C&H Lures flag. The lines were set and the fish were on.
Got him. There it is coming up. Oh, it looks like an African pompano, guys. Heck yeah. Look at that. Nice African pompano.
Fish on.
Good job.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a blue trevally. What do you think, Jimmy?
I think that's pretty awesome.
Check it
African
out.
pompano and then a bluefin trevally.
And then I hooked into another fish.
There you go, Charlie. I'm gonna switch with you. The action's staying consistent out here. Got some clouds that just creeped over the top of the mountains. But the action's still hot. No rain yet. Oh! It pulled the hook right there. Gosh. Didn't even get a chance to see it. What's that look like that would have bit that, Charlie? Does that look like a rooster bite? There's no teeth on there. That doesn't look like a snapper to me.
Almost immediately after losing that fish, I was hooked into another one. We must have been in a school of something.
Right under the boat. Oh, it's a rooster. Nice. Decent sized one too. It's not as big as the last rooster that we just lost, but it's a rooster. Here we go, and the sun's starting to come back out. All right. Whew. Now he's pulling. That one didn't even feel like I had anything at all until it was almost to the boat. Followed me all the way to the boat. Now he's fighting. He waited to fight. He is not liking the boat. That little guy is kicking good. It's fun. He's not giving up, that's for sure. Nice rooster. Look at the fin sticking up. Killer.
I don't care how big the rooster fish is, a rooster fish is always fun to catch.
Got him. All right, and look at this. This is a bad situation. I was just talking about how bad it is with the circle hooks for not hooking the fish. Another thing that's really bad, if you get a circle hook in the belly of a fish like this one did here, it will not come out like a J-hook. You can't turn it over and get it out like you can with a J-hook. So you're forced to cut it and leave it there, and hopefully it'll come out. There's a few reasons, like I said, that I don't like the circle. One of them is that right there, because when it gets down in there, you're not gonna be able to turn it over. I won't even attempt it. The other big thing is a lot of fish don't get hooked when it has that in its mouth. We got this guy, and he was a fighter for his size. He sure did kick good. All right, let's get him back in the water over here. Yeah, he's in good shape, but I don't want to get too wet back here, so I'm actually gonna step in the boat to release him. And there he is. Gave me a great fight for his size. What I love about rooster fish, they're in the jack family, so they're very strong. Check out those fins. They actually use those fins to like corral up bait and stuff, and that's how they create bait balls, and they actually travel together. That's why we got a few rooster fish hits in a row. It's because there's probably several in the area.
and he's doing good, but that's what makes these fish so cool. They use that dorsal fin just like a sailfish. Real pretty. All right, buddy, go back there and grow up. Thanks for the fight. Beautiful. I love it when they swim off healthy like that. Good times out here in Costa Rica. After releasing that rooster, Luiza hooked into one.
Woohoo! Alrighty, we got another fish on. I wonder what he could be. Pretty close. Woo! Is that a rooster? Oh yeah, a little baby rooster. Pretty cool. Woohoo!
Luiza ended up losing that rooster,
Alrighty, I see some color right there. Oh no!
but almost immediately after losing it, she was hooked into another one.
Okay, guys, this is definitely the smallest rooster I've ever caught. That is so cute, look at him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is so cute.
Good job.
Look at him.
It wasn't a huge rooster, but we found the right species.
Show you guys really quick. I want to make sure I get this little guy in the water so he doesn't die. Isn't he the cutest thing ever? Ah, so cute. Alrighty, let's go. Oh, there he goes. So cool to see a little guy like that.
For more fishing and diving action, follow Captain Jimmy on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok at Captain Jimmy Nelson. Living the Dream was brought to you by Salt Life. Live salty.